Jarasandh. The powerful emperor of the ancient kingdom of Magadh, a man who was born in the most extraordinary manner, a king who played a small but important role in the epic Mahabharat, a warrior with a deep-rooted hatred for Lord Krishna. This is his story. There was once an emperor of Magadh named Brihadrath, who was childless for many years. A sage gave him a divine fruit and told him that he would have a son after the fruit was consumed. Brihadrath gave each of his 2 wives half a piece of the fruit to eat. As a result, each of his wives gave birth to 2 halves of a baby. Horrified by what he saw and unable to accept this baby, the king ordered his soldiers to keep both halves of the baby in the forest. A man-eating Rakshasi or demoness named Jara was passing by and saw this unusual sight lying on the ground. She picked up both halves of the baby with the intention of eating them, but the halves miraculously joined together and became a beautiful baby boy. Jara's maternal instinct was aroused, and instead of eating the baby, she returned it to its father, King Brihadrath. Overjoyed on receiving a normal son, the king named the baby Jarasandh in honor of Jara, which means joined by Jara. Jarasandh went on to become a very powerful ruler of Magadh, who had a deep-rooted hatred for Lord Krishna. This was because Shri Krishna had slain Kans, who was Jarasandha's son-in-law. Kans was married to the Magadh emperor's 2 daughters, Asti and Prapti. Jarasandh attacked Mathura 17 times, but could not defeat the divine power of Shri Krishna and Balram. However, these attacks caused extensive death and destruction among the citizens of Mathura. To protect their citizens, Shri Krishna and Balram built a new kingdom named Dwarka, which Jarasandh could not reach. Jarasandh decided to perform a great human sacrifice of 100 kings to appease the gods and become the most powerful emperor ever. He had already imprisoned as many as 86 kings. Meanwhile, Yudhishthir, the eldest Pandav brother, had planned to perform the Rajsuya Yajna to establish himself as an emperor. But this would not have been possible while Jarasandh was alive. Shri Krishna devised a clever plan to slay Jarasandh and free the 86 imprisoned kings, as well as enable Yudhishthir to perform the Rajsuya Yajna. Shri Krishna, along with Bheem and Arjun, went to Jarasandh, disguised as Brahmins, and challenged Jarasandh to wrestle with any one of them. The egoistic Jarasandh picked Bheem as his opponent, as he felt the other 2 were too weak to fight him. Then they revealed their true identities, and Bheem and Jarasandh began to wrestle. The 2 men were equally matched in strength and skill, and the hand-to-hand combat lasted 13 days and nights. Finally, Shri Krishna, aware that Jarasandh had been born from 2 halves, gave Bheem a crucial hint. Understanding Krishna's hint, the powerful Bheem broke Jarasandha's back and threw the 2 halves in opposite directions, thus killing Jarasandh. The all-powerful Lord Shri Krishna could easily have killed Jarasandh himself, but he did not do so. Why? Because for Yudhishthir to establish himself as emperor, Jarasandh had to be killed by one of the Pandavas. If Shri Krishna had killed Jarasandh himself, he would have undermined the authority of Yudhishthir and his brothers. By allowing Bheem to kill Jarasandh, the all-knowing Lord Shri Krishna made the world realize that one of the Pandavas deserved to become the rightful emperor.